I would put it on the bun. You could fit the pickles. You could put pickles in the pickles. You can fit the pickles in there. You can fit the pickles in there. Come on.
Some onions.
Pickle chicken sandwich. Take it away, John Frickin Smith.
Welcome to the rabbit hole,
How did we end up on that rabbit hole?
where all you knew is wrong. And rules are just suggestions,
I like the pipe.
made up as we go along.
Shut up, Corn.
Fuck you.
And who knows what you'll find here. Maybe heaven or your worst fears. Whatever it may be, it's yours to keep forever.
Just in time. You've entered a rabbit hole. Please go down further. Where there's philosophy hidden within stupidity.
My nipples are sweating.
What are they doing to that chicken?
They're punching holes in it. You know what?
Man,
I want to
fuck that.
teabag Hank Azaria. He can make weird noises.
You're fucking weird.
You guys are horrible.
Bunyan rings? Like, I wouldn't eat those.
What the fuck? Hey,
Even if it was Paul Bunyan themed, like, you know what I mean?
Anyone-
Like flannel onion rings or something like that. Yeah, I had a heart attack. Fuck you.
it's a sunny, shiny day.
Yeah. Fat people need love, too.
Welcome to the rabbit hole.
Like, I'm just letting you know it's gonna be cold by the time I get back. I will eat it.
Oh, I think she realized after I went, smoked a cigarette, and then went straight to the bathroom and fucking was in there more than 2 minutes. I think she went and like deplated it and put it in like a little to-go box or whatever.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Reg did that too for me. They're not breakfast. No, she makes me lunches now, which is nice, and it also saves me money.
Yeah.
So she's
Fucking
winning.
Danny
And
Mill was doing that for Jamie when she was here for a little while. When Jamie first started working at that CarMax, and it was kind of like weird seeing lunch boxes and sandwiches and shit.
yeah, but dude, at the same time, you're saving. You're
But
saving.
it was
two
nice
happiness.
Saturday to go into work, fucking, and like right when I'm like, my weed's kicking in and I'm hungry. I had to sit down and do computer work. Oh, look at that! I've got some hash browns, eggs, and sausage. And she put cheese on my eggs, and not American because she knows I don't like. I'm not a huge fan. Like I can do it. I don't hate it. You know, that was my introduction to cheese and eggs was, you know, just a slice of American melted on. But if we have shredded cheese in the house,
all day.
yes, yeah,
You can pound it on at that point. I don't give a shit. You can make it a square piece of cheese with all those shreds, and I'm more happy for some reason with that than, like,
yeah, no. Like I said, nothing against American cheese on eggs. That's, you know, I get if I ask for that. If I ask for cheese and eggs at a restaurant, they're gonna give me American. Totally cool with that. Just we usually have shredded cheese in the house. Farmer Boys. I don't know if you've gotten a breakfast
Yeah,
burrito
those
for there,
is-
but they use American,
yeah,
and it's weird. It throws me off.
it does. You're halfway through the burrito, dude. Like, or I split. I always
Yeah.
split and then take down from the middle. Just easier with no teeth.
Yeah.
So I'm like looking. I'm like, dude, that looks kind of gross, actually. Like, the fuck.
Shit.
Oh, really?
When I had
Okay, cool.
when I had broken my tooth, it was on a breakfast burrito. Not the first bite like you would expect though, where it was like where all the fold was. It was I was starting in the middle, but they had gotten like a really perfect crisp on the outside of the tortilla.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought that was what was crunching at first, and then like I started feeling like nerve pain in my fucking face. I'm like, oh god.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's not right. Oh, that's not right. Oh, like, you can't speak right, dude. Your
Like for a
shit
second,
done.
no, because it lingered too. It held on for a second to where I was just like, I like licked and it was like, okay, it's all smooth and
fuck.
shit. I'm all good. And then all of a sudden, like I got up because I was just like, hold on, let me just go look in the mirror real quick. And as I was walking towards the bathroom, I just like felt it fall onto my tongue, and I was like, oh god damn it.
Yeah, because the second after that, where you actually can lick the nerve. That's why I was like cringing right now. I was thinking that where it was like, oh my god, that's it's.
I will say
it's a cold pain. In a weird way.
it had pretty well died though by the time I went to the dentist to get it fucking pulled, because I didn't even realize they had fucking like they pretty much did like to tie something around it and fucking yank it out and shit. What was left of it. I get well, nah. yeah, I gotta stop smoking or something. My gums are giving way, so that there's occasionally a little bit of a gap. Not a full on, but just enough that I notice it. It feels like too small for even like a poppy seed to fit in, but still.
And that's where you know they're gonna have to pop that fucker back off
Yeah,
and then fix it again.
yeah. At least hopefully by then maybe I'll have saved enough money to be like, all right, give me the pearly whites this time. Like I don't mind you giving me the ones that match the rest of them, but hopefully next time I try to get something done, it's like a whole mouth experience. Speaking of mouth experiences, you were just in time, and we are the J&T Baggers. Yeah, only the last couple minutes. Don't worry.
No, I told you last week I have bad eyes now. I can't see the fucking time. I had to, like I'm trying to sit here and focus just simply to be like, is it rolling?
The only thing you look for the red light on the right side.
No, now I'm stubborn and need to see this shit. Like oh god, I can't press my eyes anymore. Oh, dude,
This room is also not exactly built for like good
feels-
lighting in sight.
No, it feels like my goddamn my eyelids are stuck to my eyeball. It says something around the 20s in the far right, I think.
That's the seconds. Yeah,
There we go.
yeah. 5.5 minutes. It's been going. It's fine. It's all good.
I think I got it, dude. Fuck, do I seriously need glasses? My shit's getting worse as I'm staring at it.
Yeah, you
It's
should probably have
becoming
Reg
blurry.
drive home. Good thing she's not drinking. Oh shit! You guys took separate cars, didn't you?
Yeah, we did.
I'm not laughing. It's fun. It's not fun. Well,
Oh no,
it's
it's
not
fucking
raining anymore.
hilarious though, because it's
It-
one of those situations of like, dude, she has worse eyes than I do.
Dude, that scares me. Like, anytime my eyes get a little blurry, I'm like, oh god, no, I can't, because Jonas is not good. Like, she must have the glasses to do anything. Oh, not sexual relations. I think that's why the dynamic works. Because right when I take off my pants, she takes off her glasses. She doesn't have to see the smallness. She can just pretend to feel it. Anywho, that is probably not the most appropriate way to start this, but
All I
fuck
can
off.
say to that is don't see the smallness, be the smallness.
Oh, I am. When she feels how hard my thighs slam against her butt cheeks.
It's more of a spanking thing that turns them on.
Yeah.
I got
But
you there.
anyway. So, as promised, well, not even just as promised, not to you at least, to us, we promised to ourselves we were going to start a spooky season in September. We have. We've said nothing is off limits. And if you've read the title of this episode, because it's probably going to be pretty straightforward. Guess what I named the last one? This is like a funny point in time where,
Something biscuits.
oh yeah, that's the one that's out now, but the one that we did on the gin,
Oh.
I kept it real simple. Inspired by Snoop Dogg.
Did we even talk about juice in there?
No, but
Who cares?
we mentioned Jews. I didn't spell it like that. I did not.
Did you spell it the actual way?
No, I just spelled it like juice. But gin, yes, I spelled with the D. Gin and juice. Yeah.
Okay. Not Jews?
No, that would have been too much. It did flash past. It did flash in the moment for a second. Like, well, we did mention. No.
It would be hurtful. But the way to turn that around is just spell it the traditional way. The JU one.
Oh, yeah.
And then you kind of get forgiven a little bit.
Still, I wasn't willing to go that far. But this was last week. So last week we went into what, folklore, I guess we could call it.
Folklore, technically.
Religion a little bit.
Yeah.
With our spooky season. I might have to text those bitches to turn that down now that I think about it.
The laugh track or
All of them.
or overcooked?
All of them. No, I should be able to get about it. But so this week we're going into a little bit different, something we haven't really gotten into. Like we've touched on history times. We've taken the occasional history puff. You know what I mean? Yes, that. God damn it! Eventually, we touch on it now a little bit. But so this time we decided to. Well, this time it was. I'm not gonna say. I don't know where the inspiration, if you call it, is coming from. Right now we're just picking random ass shit, and we're just like. So this week we're kind of slightly dipping into true crime, slightly.
I mean, technically, yeah.
Yes, but not like we're not going full on like we're you know what I mean. We're explaining one case and milking each one into an hour-long video. Not yet.
No, we're just composing this shit down. There's gonna be
Yeah, we're
there's bullet points.
we are the Cliff Note gang.
Like, this is the Axeman
You got
cometh.
two very cut and dry people. We have done research and stuff. We are we're not coming in full on like butt naked like usual. But yeah, we so yes, the Axeman. Let's just get right into it. Well, before we do, someone we don't want to get axe murdered, Mr. John Frickin Smith.
Brutal segue.
He murders with an axe. He plays guitar. See, I found it again. Yeah. You heard a song, Yours to Keep, at the beginning of this episode. Head to johnfrickinsmith.com and check out that, along with the rest of the album, Songs of the Great Collapse.
Or someone might axe strike you.
Yeah.
You know who loves to jazz it?
Jazz it?
Yes. Because
Oh, New Orleans. The Axeman of New Orleans.
no, I was gonna say John Frickin Smith.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Seems like a man who loves jazz. I don't know personally.
I know he's a Tom Petty fan.
There we go. That I don't know how that has to do with jazz either, but they're fucking A.
Yeah.
Fucking A right.
Well, they always say, without jazz, you don't have many of them. So, yeah, the Axeman of New Orleans. Many victims. Many never caught. Let's just start right off with that, too.
Yeah, never caught. Plenty of suspects, a few main suspects, and even a possible caught if it was the same dude later on in life. But the dude had a shitty, I guess, streak in the situation of Jesus Christ. Not well, that's
That was perfect.
that's more for the viewer, not for the audience. Sorry, guys. 1 second.
Sorry, we're taking some history puffs right now. Is that not an appropriate pipe for that name, even for just saying that?
Yeah,
phrase?
Sherlock is perfect. So 6 confirmed kills, but up to 17 possible kills. 6 to 14 injured included. Started, from what they say, Eric Lee's confirmed dates, May 23rd, 1980 or 18. Ending date October 27th, 1919. So a little over a year of a terror reign.
Yeah. Now, most of these victims were also Italian American, right? Which means that one of the biggest suspects was also the mob itself, or just like mafia families.
I
Which is
like
crazy.
that theory.
That
that
there were
one
just some of them were mob hits.
Yeah, where it's just like, well, it kind of makes sense.
Especially
Legend
the throat slit one, I think would definitely.
the first, the very first confirmed murder. The throat slit one
And
was
I didn't think it like. Okay, I guess it makes sense because 1920s and shit, like plenty of the mob organized crime took over just because of the prohibition and all that stuff. So I guess it makes sense that obviously they were still around a year before prohibition started, and they were established and whatnot. In New Orleans, though, that's where I wouldn't have expected Italians or the mafia. So that's something that actually, like, going and looking into this actually surprised me culturally. It was just like, oh, I did not know there was that much of a Italian community.
Thank you, Mafia 3. The only reason I knew about that was, and then
And that was a black guy too, huh?
yeah,
Lincoln Clay.
Lincoln Clay.
How do I know that without even fucking playing the game?
He's that big of a fucking badass. That's why.
No, I just watch that many what culture videos and shit.
He was awesome. He was a great character, but that was actually I did not know in real life that was the thing though too was they did run quite a bit of New Orleans mainly from riverboat gambling. So they were doing, women, let's be real, drugs, gambling, and yeah. So they,
Debauchery.
the normal thing that the mafia has their hands in. But so it's like, okay. The one thing that I had wondered though, specifically with the mob one, because that's probably the main killing that makes sense for the mob, would be the throat slash as well.
Yeah.
Because that's not of the normal motive of any of the other victims. So it's like, okay. But wasn't it? Oh, how old were they? Because that's pretty fucked up, dude. He killed older people too, like in the older 40s and early 50s and shit, to where it's like, hey, hold up. Dude, are you killing an old man?
So, well, you already mentioned May 23rd, 1918. Joseph and Catherine Maggio,
Yes.
Italian. A lot of these were also grocers that lived above their shops, too. Which means he probably went into their stores before, you know what I mean? Like during the day sometime.
Skulking the place out in a way.
Yeah. Ugh.
This one kind of pissed me off, dude. This specific, just
He nearly decapitated. Goddamn.
nearly decapitated the woman, Catherine. And then the man was the throat slash.
Yeah. It says, Joseph's throat was cut so deeply, he was nearly decapitated.
Okay, and then woman, same thing? Or what happened with woman? Should probably actually pop this up.
Yeah, it doesn't. Well, my particular source that I pulled up doesn't say. It does say, though, that their house had been broken into with a chisel. And that. Oh, God. And they were attacked in their bedroom. And they're sleeping, I'd assume.
So the thing with this guy obviously had to know some shit about doors too, because every one of these people he's been breaking into their houses through a chiseled out door, which first of all,
Taking a panel out or whatever, or something like that.
this is 1918. I don't care if it's fucking 1918 Paris. Yes, people were still up and at 'em, but there wasn't the buzzing of fucking TVs and shit going on constantly. Like when your house was shut down, everything was dark.
Yeah.
So you should be able to hear someone chiseling your goddamn door.
You would think.
You would think. I don't know. I've never had my door chiseled.
Yeah. Well,
But
you got to remember, too, they make, like, our kind of shit nowadays is made a lot thinner and cheaper. Our walls a lot of, you know what I mean? Like, there's this, it's kind of weird. Like,
they made shit for real back then. So, like, that door was heavy.
which it does make you think, like, you would still, like, you would hear something. But I say that all the time. But honestly, once that bedroom door, okay, of course I don't hear shit. I have 2 fans going, fucking television, and I'm smashing.
I never once even looked up, like, crime photos, if there is any.
I don't know if there was.
I mean,
I didn't see any.
know.
That was one thing I didn't see. There was any crime scene photos there.
Because maybe the doors that he was chiseling out were also glass doors, where you can chip just the edge of it out and pull the glass panel. Because there was certain points where people were saying this guy couldn't be the actual suspect
Because he was too big to fit through the hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what they were trying to say about their first suspect in the Maggio murders, right? The brother?
Yeah.
Which is fucked up, because the brother said he couldn't hear shit because he was too much of a drunk. Like, essentially, that's how that broke down, and then he got arrested for it for a split second, then got let off, just simply because the razor was his from his barbershop. Which makes sense. It's like, okay, yeah, he just...
That's another common thing, like a part of the MO too, is that this guy used their own axes too against them. Which shows what kind of time we were in when people just would leave an axe sitting outside their house. Because who the fuck is
Who? I mean, the time is the only thing that you can understand with like just leaving a random axe outside of your fucking house.
Yeah.
Like everyone started
Yeah,
wood
because you're
burning
chopping
stove.
wood and shit. Yeah, like fucking, but yeah, like, my God. I don't even like, I get I get paranoia at first world problems. I get paranoia if my fucking ring alarm, if I'm at work and my ring alarm tells me Amazon just dropped off a package. I'm like, oh God.
Was it really Amazon?
Oh God. Well, no, it's more just like, I almost am like, I need to leave work. You just got here 20 minutes ago. I know, but I just got a package. And this town sucks. Ass. So yeah, that's it. So yeah, they never caught anybody. Then, what? A little over a month later. I don't know. I will probably Louis Bessumer,
Oh, yeah, I think it's
Harriet Lowe, Anna Harriet Lowe. Good God. At first I was saying Anne. Or do you have another fucking one? Because mine is
no, it's you got it nail on the head. Fucking, it was the
another grocer.
This one was a cool fucking situation though, because that was his mistress.
Yeah, and because neither of them died, right? At least not right away. No.
No, they actually kind of gave a vague description of the guy before both of them passing.
Description was what?
Description was essentially a large, like shadowy esque figure. I think the woman. Wait, did the woman say it was a black dude?
Oh God. Oh God.
Okay, so the first person picked up for the suspect on that situation was a black dude named Louis Obacon.
Oh God.
But he got let go because it wasn't a black guy that attacked him. What did they actually say, though, those two? Because I want to say Harriet said it was... Wasn't it Italian, man?
Oh God. How did I forget? Why did I do that? Oh God. I'm still struggling.
Sorry, doing a fucking quick search. So that way I can actually understand what the hell's going on. God damn it. Because I actually want to know exactly what she said, so it's not like, oh yeah, she just said it was a black dude.
Oh God. So what do you think?
Oh shit. Okay, I remember the details on this one now. Fucking, they get attacked. A baker comes up, finds them, hits the police. Like, not hits them, but like, hey, what's going on? And they instantly were like, you did it. He was the first suspect in that situation because he was there. So that's a shitty part of that, dude.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Well, cause yeah, like what we were talking about outside, I think was before all the fucking all the forensic technology that we have nowadays, especially it's weird to think but well, it's weird to picture nowadays. But like, yeah, back then it was just like if you were the first person they found, sometimes was suspect number one. Was just like, hey, you were around the corner just now. Something just happened around the corner, and now we see you. Come and talk to us. And unfortunately, if you were a black guy, that was like,
So he got super fucked in this situation, because mainly they looked at him first, like the actual, sorry Baker, you helped. They looked at this guy because he worked at the grocery, like for a week before or something. So that was the connection that they had, but they had no evidence outside of that and had to release him. So they were just like, you worked here, you're black, done. That's how I assumed it went down. I'm pretty sure it didn't, but who
that's
knows?
yeah, because it would just be back then for them, and it would be an easy like open shut case. Oh, just another black dude killing somebody. Which luckily like to think even back then that they actually did say, there's not enough evidence. He, you are free, ish. That's almost impressive in itself. But oh god,
Okay, so this is the one that got super crazy. So after all that situation happened, she starts switching up her stories. Essentially, after a while, going from this guy to mixed dude to my husband. And that's where you gotta start fucking thinking instantly that this chick is just going batshit crazy. Because he got attacked too.
yeah.
Like, they both got conked over the head with fucking axe.
That's
Now,
the weirdest thing is that like when you hear axe murderer or axe, you know what I mean, the axe man, you're expecting like, oh, this guy was chopping him all the way up, like, you know what I mean, like this guy just like it's like some fucking, he's got hands and shit in the freezer. No, this dude was just showing up and just like
headshots.
wildly swinging this axe, or it was just hopefully these axes weren't just dull.
So the only one that, which will come up in just a second, that was fucked up and he didn't just headshot.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, it's fucking A, dude. It's not this chick, was it? No. Okay, so we have two bad situations. One turns out good. That crazy bitch though, she wound up saying her husband was
German spy.
yeah, and didn't work
Yeah.
out. Like, they locked his ass up for a second and then it was like, wait, what?
Did you actually hit this?
Yes, I did, and I think that's why I'm having issues.
Okay, well, I just wanted to make it because I was over here dying. I'd packed this bowl like last night, and apparently last night I had vengeance on my mind. You didn't do anything, so I don't know why.
The happy story comes first to give us a sad ending. The happy story is of Anna Schneider. Do you remember this one?
Um, I do not.
Fucking Axe Baby.
Oh yes, yes, because the mom and the baby survived, right?
Yeah, dude. August 5th,
Oh god.
1918. 28-year-old Anna Schneider. 8 months pregnant, gets attacked by Axeman. Fucking, yeah, winds up. Oh. Oh. I've never read the details of what actually happened to her. Outside of like, oh, cool. She had a baby and it was healthy. And the husband found her and they all lived. And I assumed at that point, yeah, happily ever after. They did find someone that they thought was the suspect with an ex-convict. That didn't work out. So, I mean, kind of a negative story in that one.
Eh,
Still, no one gets caught, but
yeah.
Axe Baby's alive.
Yeah. Next,
All scalped open and
good God.
yeah,
Joseph
like,
Romano. Right. August 10th,
Yeah.
1918.
See, this is where it gets a little confusing. So it kind of breaks off of the pattern of like him mainly going after either couples or like a female. This is the I think the lone guy where it's just like
Yeah.
just a dude.
Found bludgeoned with an axe. Died 2 days later. Neighbors described seeing a heavy-set man fleeing the scene. A dark, heavy-set man. Not even saying black, just a dark.
So
Which
it's
adds
fucking
to the shadowy figureness of this guy, too. Heavy-set, though, is not how I pictured him.
heavy set. He just reminds me of like what you see in old Wall Street, like guys in the I can't think of newspaper cartoon. Dude, that word's almost out of my vocabulary.
Newspaper?
Yeah.
It's a little sad. I do miss that like unfolding of a big old newspaper and just like, but for the prices they were trying, it's probably cheap as fuck now that you think about it. If they're even around, I don't know. I see them at donut shops.
So I just imagine that, but like a little mafia dude. See, at this point, because he's never been fully ID'd like one set way so far. It's always either a tall dude, always like some sort of shadowish figure or dark skinned figure.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, then now you got a little shorter, stocky dude.
For some reason, at first I was just picturing like Jackie Earl Haley in a fedora, just like running around. Rorschach, just
yeah.
On either some racist shit or like he's a mob enforcer. And these grocers weren't. I mean, if they're, you know what I mean, these business owners weren't playing ball with somebody. Like maybe
That's fucking vicious, though.
It is vicious as fuck.
Like at a certain point, you're not, dude. What? Like I get where you're going with it because it makes sense. Like it does. Like oh shit, they used to whack them, and then it's
with
like
as many
white?
snitches as there are in like mob and mafia terms, I don't think that like anyone would have gone like. I don't think everyone would have gone to the grave not revealing that the Axeman was, you know what I mean, either multiple hitmen that were being sent that were just being ordered to use an axe, and the Axeman realistically was whatever crime boss was fucking, you know what I mean, sending out people and just like, I want you to go by his shop and I want you to hit him with a fucking axe. You're just like, wait, boss, what do you mean an axe? No, I don't want you to fucking chop him up. He's psycho. I want you to just go and just whack him with the axe.
If he has a wife,
whack her too. I lost the accent. I had it for a split second there. Like, you know what I mean? Like the very stereotypical mobster accent, but I couldn't hold it very long. Once I went into Rocky, that's the problem. I let Rocky respond. It dumbed it down too much. The next one's the sad one.
yeah.
Charles, Rosie, and Marie Cartamiglia.
Yeah, I imagine that's Quartermiglia. Yeah, something.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Quartermiglia. See, my eyes ain't always open.
An Italian immigrant on March 10th, 1919.
And what did he do for a living? He was a fucking grocer. Grocer, huh?
Which, dude, it's just very weird. Why is there always a grocer?
Across the river from New Orleans, he was attacked. And again, similar story. Someone broke in, right? Went a swinging an axe.
Hit the little baby first. The mom was holding him, or her.
Yeah.
Took her out. Then the mom. Then the dad.
The parents survived. Just the parents.
Yeah, this one is where the accusation kind of almost killed two people, though.
They're neighbors, right?
Yeah, the mom claimed it was their neighbors that actually went over there to help them after hearing what was going on. And yeah, one of them getting sentenced to death, and then the other one getting sentenced to hanging. So it was like, oh, but she recanted her statement, letting them like walk, even though they still were jailed for a while. And I wonder if that was like a right before, like the day before the son was gonna be hung. That would have been fucked up.
Yeah.
They don't have that part of the
No.
drama in there, but that would be juicy.
Yeah.
I-
You can make a whole movie on that one. Or like leading up to that part. This guy was active though. Or this like entity at this point. August 10th, 1919.
And that is, it's another single guy. It's Steve Boca. A grocer. What the fuck? That's that situation of like, dude, okay, this is getting mafia part is turning around.
You're just starting to come back into possibility. Like
It's one of those. It does
starts to
make
sense. Like
sense.
they weren't playing ball with somebody, and they were paying. I mean, although the only thing that makes me not think that is that after like the first two, it's like, you know what I mean. You've made your examples. People usually fall in line after that.
You don't have to take the whole town
Well, no,
or
but like,
every grocer in
was
the
every
area.
grocer that goddamn proud that they saw what happened to these other people, and just was like, "Fuck out of my shop."
Dude, this is 1919, and they're all like immigrants at that point.
They're all
Hey,
carrying guns.
dude, it's like El Dulce.
Scary. So yeah, attacked while sleeping. Survived.
And here's a main point that everyone has in common with this is you're getting whacked over the fucking head with a goddamn axe. You're not gonna remember who hit you.
No.
Like, I don't care if you just saw their face, like, plainly. Right off the bat, if you get an axe swung into your head, I'm pretty sure all memory, even a little bit prior to that, is going to be gone.
Yeah.
You might come to eventually and be fine. Like, a lot of these people are just coming out fine. It's essentially like they're getting real fucked in the face.
Yeah.
What
Oh,
they're
there's probably some definite lingering effects, but they're just like, oh, you didn't die. But still, it's.
And I wanna know the mafia part to this, just simply because it would be like a really cool twist for normal mafioso. But the letter that came in after this specific killing or attempted killing, his version of essentially the hell letter from Jack the Ripper, like because it is eloquent. It's one of those like, wait, hold up, who in the mob was like, hey, I was a great penman in school. Let me write this letter. That would be a cool twist for Rorschach, though.
Yeah. I don't have the whole letter at the moment.
Dude, it's on. You want me to read it off?
Yeah, that's
Hell, March 13th, 1919. Esteemed mortal, they have never caught me and they never will. They have never seen me, for I am invisible. Even as the ether that surrounds your earth, I am not a human being, but a spirit and demon from the hottest hell. I am what you Orleanians? Yeah. And your foolish police call the Axeman. When I see fit, I shall come and claim other victims. I alone know whom they shall be. I shall leave no clue except my bloody axe, besmeared with blood and brains of he whom I have sent below to keep me company. If you wish, you may tell the police to be careful not to rile me. Of course, I am a reasonable spirit. I take no offense at the way they have conducted their investigations in the past. In fact, they have been so utterly stupid as to not only assume me, but his satanic majesty? Jeez, 1 second. Francis, Joseph, etc. But tell them to beware. Let me not try to discover what I am. Let them. You know that whole glasses thing? Probably can come in handy. Can I? Nope, I can't zoom it. All right. Let them not try to discover what I am, for it were better that they were never born than to incur the wrath of the axeman. I don't think there is any need of such a warning, for I feel sure the police will always dodge me as they have in the past. I'm falling apart. They are wise and known. They are wise and know how to keep all from harm. Undoubtedly, you Orleanians think of me as a most horrible murder, which I am, but I'm sorry, it's just like that kind of guy. Wait, right there is where I was like, wait, he's not that great. He's just like, I killed him. I did it. I tried it. But I could be much worse if I wanted to. If I wished, I could pay a visit to your city every night. At will, I can. Why is there a period there? Whatever. At will, I could slay thousands of your best citizens, for I am close in relationship with the angel of death. Now, to be exact, at 12:15, my favorite part of this whole fucking thing, 12:15 earthly time, on next Tuesday night, I am going to pass over New Orleans. In my infinite mercy, I am going to make a little proposition to you people. Here it is. I am very fond of jazz music, and I swear by all the devils in the nether regions that every person shall be spared in whose home a jazz band is in full swing at the time I have just mentioned. If everyone has a band, fucking A, dude. Reading aloud was never my strong point in school.
Mine either.
Whew. If everyone has a jazz band going, well then so much for the better for you people. One thing is certain, and that is that some of your people who do not jazz it out on that specific Tuesday night, if there be any, will get the axe. Well, as I am cold and crave the warmth of my native Tartarus, and it is about time I leave your earthly home, I will cease my discourse, hoping that thou wilt publish this, that it may go well in thee. I have been and am and will be the worst spirit that there's 6 more fucking words that that ever existed, either in fact or realm of fantasy. The Axeman. Woo!
Yeah.
God damn, dude. So it's too wordy. First off,
Yeah.
I love it, but it's wordy. There's a lot of situations in there where I sound like I'm fucking retarded. And there's a reason for it. I have been, am, and will be.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not the smartest. He seems it. He never got caught, so I mean.
Well, I mean, he never got caught, over 100 years ago. You try that shit nowadays. You got to do it all in one night, like all those victims. Like nowadays, that's the only way. Like That's the closest you get to getting away. Because they usually don't, like, you know what I mean? For the most part, they don't make it just like one night of like a purge night where they're just like boom, boom, hit another one, boom, boom, hit another one, boom, boom. And then they're off to Mexico by the sunrise, hitting 3 different homes and shit. Got 1,000 different suspects. No, they don't do that. This guy did it like just like every now and then, just like a weird hobby or something. Like,
Yeah, I'm actually that's something that I never even looked at is how close together he did his murders.
yeah, they were like, oh,
His shit's just as sporadic as like his choosing of victims outside of them being Italian and a grocer.
yeah.
So this is June
The other ones,
27th.
that's what takes the thought off of the mob a little bit too. Is just like, okay, the ones that weren't grocers or Italian.
Like the woman by herself. That was, I mean, wait, is her husband a fucking grocer?
Maybe that's one of those like a little bit like L.A. Noire where they were. Remember towards the end in the arson deaths, they had the one guy that was burning down the houses, and then he kind of went rogue because he was fucking psycho, or like he was like fucking in the head though too a little bit from the war. But you know what I mean. If you apply that similar concept to this guy, maybe he was a mob enforcer who occasionally went rogue because he was the best he was at what he did, but what he did wasn't very nice. Sorry to compare him to Wolverine, but I mean, in that theory, and that's not a theory I'm like dying on a hill for either. That's not at all. No theory I'll die on a hill for without actually seeing all the evidence myself and being there and smelling the smells. Not that I want to smell the smells of a dead body. It's horrible.
Essentially, all of them are within a 2 week span of either the beginning of the month being 1 week or the ending of the month being that second week, and then it's all either monthly for a minute. Like he actually does have a good track record of damn near like
Like he's paying a bill.
that's 5 to 10. That's only 5 days on his first two, or
Yeah.
oh no, so it's a couple months actually
Yeah.
from his first one to the second one. The second one, June, 3 months, and then he goes double shot, August 5th, August 10th. He's like, I fucked up my schedule.
Yeah, the urge came back and too strong, and I can't wait till next month.
I'm not good with counting months away, but it's about 6 months, 7 months to March. Then he goes March, August. So he has like a weird ass like one kill in the spring. Why not?
Yeah.
You know, one attack. Just good at axing. From there, then it goes back to monthly until the ending of his reign as the Axeman, which would be September 3rd. Sarah Lawman. Neighbors came out quick and fucking got a glimpse of him. But she got.
Yeah. And let's be real too. You'd think if it was a mob thing, like some of these victims would have pointed the finger. Those surviving, victims would have eventually pointed a finger. You would think, like, even on their deathbed, just like the Axeman was, Tony Shalhoub or something. That's not an Italian name, but that'd be creepy if it was Tony Shalhoub. That guy's.
This is one of the survivors that got hit with the axe, but it was blunt force, where it was like, oh, okay, well, he most likely either smacked it sideways or had the other end of it, like not the butt end, but the back end of the hatchet or axe.
Yeah. Yeah, it just lets you know though too. Just don't just leave weapons outside. I mean, I get it. An axe wasn't really supposed to be a weapon. It's supposed to be a tool.
Well, I mean, dude, at the same time, like, if you bring it in, he's chiseling doors out.
How's he
Probably with the fucking axe. Like, just, you know,
That's all I keep thinking.
he's waiting for a cow to go, "Moo," so you pop. I don't know. I'm sure they didn't have cows then, but maybe a horse neigh.
But that's it's creepy to even think of, like, just like a community that's close of a community too, not close knit maybe, but like just proximity wise. Like that's almost like just like being in like a fucking camping ground or something like that, and just like, dude, somebody's whacking all these tents, dude. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yo, he's whacking the tents though. Like,
Yeah, like
he's finishing this.
that's just fucking. Yeah, that's just scary to think. There must have been at least, like, you should have just checked everybody. There must have been at least one person in that community that had absolutely zero fear of the X-Men, because they were the fucking X-Men.
Yeah, because when you have a situation where it's only a couple months in between a few of them, but then you hit like runs of
Did
5
they
days.
actually interview every other grocer, like every grocer that wasn't hit?
Oh, dude, also did it have that
Like, would you be that willing to get rid of your competition? I mean, think about it. They all have grocery stores within this fucking very close radius of each other.
After the second one, you're like, fuck, I'm next.
Yeah.
like, dude, they should have asked all the grocers actually and been like, hey.
Could you imagine if someone just started going after like Starbucks owners out here? Just like, oh my God.
First one, fuck yeah, dude. Like, cool. Double the, yeah, we'll sell our shit cheaper. We're gonna have 4 times customers. Then that guy gets bumped, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. That's weird.
Yeah, you're not gonna close.
And you're just like, okay, there's like 4 in this town. Third one, you're like, what the fuck? I'm selling.
Yeah,
Oh,
God. Getting the fuck out of the business.
Axe to the face, dude?
Yeah.
That's
what makes me think, is just like, there's got to be someone that all these grocers met. You know what I mean? In that close of a community that was trying to strong arm all of them or something. Or maybe even someone that they like, maybe it was like some weird dark past thing where they left some kid for dead. Like they were all
fucking saw it, Boca?
You know what I mean? Like, it's like some kind of like the original, like the first fucking union or something like that. Like some kind of weird, you know what I mean, Italian gathering.
And now they can only control it in the Italian community.
And they just like, they buried something in the past and they thought they left it for dead. But, you know, he woke back up and he healed. And he put on a t-shirt that his son gave him over his bulletproof vest.
I was about to say, dude, like, did you just say it's fucking...
Sure. I don't actually mean that.
But of New Orleans, and he's just axing people?
But what if fuck, I'm trying to think of what, like, one of those movies too. Bones is one of the few movies I can think of where something like that, but instead of it being supernatural, it's, you know what I mean, like, is it somebody that they, because I mean, think about the MO too. This guy's not even fully finishing the job. Maybe that's part of the moral. Maybe that's part of the revenge, is like, you will feel how I felt to just be beaten with a fucking axe.
Did he get beat? Yeah, okay. I was about to say, where's this? Because, dude, if he got beat with a fucking axe, like, yeah, I would be pissed off and try to take it out on him too.
Yeah, like maybe he was a kid, since he's obviously, this guy had no restrictions on attacking children.
I was gonna say, why did they hit him with a fucking axe?
I don't know. Maybe it was part of a different whacking. Lucky number 11. His dad was a grocer. These grocers all got together and decided that he was the only one that didn't belong in the neighborhood. So they fucked him up with an axe. And his son was there. And he was like, Daddy, Papa. And they fucking beat him with an axe too, and they threw him into a fucking river. And he floated down that river. But guess what? They didn't finish the job. This kid was still breathing. And some martial arts master pulled him out and fucking trained him to adulthood, and then told him, you must become a Raish. I'm gonna send you back to New Orleans now. You know what I want you to do? I want you to kill them all with their own axes.
Demand to jazz it.
Well, what if I kind of miss a little bit and it doesn't like chop them up and just like smacks the fuck out of them? Get the hell out of there. Whatever you do, do not get caught. But make sure you hit every single one of them. And not just them, but anybody in the house. Everybody gets one.
Okay, looking at it from a pure comedy perspective, I am sorry to the victims. But dude, no, I imagine like at the ending, he just jazz hands to get the fuck away. Just,
yeah,
like,
that was how he
hands,
celebrated. He had already finished his hit list by the time that letter was written. What in the movie that I'm making now out of this story that we've written, he's already finished his hit list. He writes that letter. He's already exorcising the demon. He already exorcised the demon. It went back to hell. He got that out of his system. He's got like a fucking fiance and shit who's pregnant, and he's got to go back to Boston and marry her. Some weird shit. But that night,
mid-story.
That night, he will walk the streets, and he will hear jazz. And that'll be his last memory of New Orleans. Revenge and jazz. But in reality, it's just a guy that killed and tried to kill people and left. Well, I don't know about left New Orleans, but just like left the scenes. Just like didn't make sure. They didn't teach him like the checking the pulse thing, I guess. Or like I said, he was so focused on getting out of there that he didn't always finish the job.
I imagine if they really looked into it, though, how many people were getting hit up with breaking and enterings at that time.
Yeah.
If they knew about it, like if they knew they actually got broken into prior at some point in time, as like one of those, maybe the dude was tiptoeing into some shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, didn't want to just go up and fucking wha-bam! Just like kind of creepy, but like in a watcher situation. Just staring. And then eventually was like, all right, cool. Fuck. He's waking up.
Yeah.
And just, or she?
And every time someone woke up and he swung and hit, they made a noise, it woke up a kid. He's just like some panicking dude every time, just like, I'm not going to jail. They can't find out who I am. Are you Santa Claus?
That's fucked up because he didn't want to.
This is the fictional movie that I'm writing that's just inspired by it. You know what I mean? Loosely, like that's not even something you put in the credits. Like you don't even say it's inspired by Chewie. You just make the movie, and it's not about him. You don't set it in New Orleans. The movie, you got to set it in like fucking I don't know where
1300s.
No, you can keep it in like the early 1900s. Just like maybe the Midwest or some shit, like Chicago.
What time was Prohibition?
Yeah.
Was that Prohibition times?
Well, 1920.
Yeah. Oh.
If I'm not mistaken, that's when Prohibition started. I'd have to fact check myself, but close enough. I mean, the 20s, so it was close enough to Prohibition times.
Maybe.
And like I said, the mob wasn't just like, it didn't just spring out of nowhere once Prohibition started. These were established gangs.
But I was thinking maybe fucking the alcohol situation.
I don't think that was quite happening yet.
No. So I was like, maybe he just ran dry for a minute. We get a little
and that's the thing,
loopy.
That's the thing, though, too, is it's like they didn't have like bootlegging to rely on. So to make their income, they had to do what? Protection. Who are they going to protect around the neighborhood? The business owners. Everybody's got a fucking grocery store.
He goes back to the, like, yeah, who you gonna protect though when you kill them all.
And it also goes back to fucking, like, maybe it's just like maybe it was one rogue grocer that they just never talked to, they never knew about, and he was just like the outcast of the group or something. He wasn't Italian, and they told him that he couldn't have his store in their neighborhood because he wasn't Italian. So he came back and he said, "You know what? You're gonna cut me out of this. I'm gonna try to cut you out of life." And then he realized, as he was swinging the axe, like he's never even swung an axe at wood before. Some preppy dude doesn't know how to fucking, you know what I mean? Never had to chop wood.
You want to make fun of me? How'd you chip away the doors?
Daddy cut him off, so he
heavy.
fucking lost his shit. Went after the Italians because they all had grocery stores, and his little store that Daddy bought him failed. He didn't have the right salami. That's racist. Just that part. No, I'm kidding. But then the fact that they weren't always Italian and they weren't always grocers just makes it seem like, well, maybe it was like a team of axemen. Like they were all like, you know what I mean? Like this was like three dudes that just were going around and just like they were trying to make a name for themselves. And then, you know what happened? The real mob finally caught up to them. That's when the killing stopped.
They fed them to the gators.
Yeah. And they told everybody, it was just like, no, they never existed. Anyone so much as mentions their name, and there'll be more.
And no more jazz.
Yeah, it's weird. One could spring a lot of random theories off of that, especially, you know, not being from there and not, you know, not being in that time and in that neighborhood and shit. Like, yeah, I could see where people could get like, where the theories could kind of go a little wild. There's not a whole lot of evidence. Yeah, bloody axes. And broken
They didn't even have
doors.
fucking goddamn pictures on newspapers at that time. It was like a drawing.
Yeah.
Maybe get lucky with the tintype. But you're not going to get like anything of detail to even possibly give a good like description. It's some dude that most likely is drawing cartoons. It's like, oh, okay. This is what you got? And it's just going to look like Bluto from fucking Popeye. But completely shaded black.
Yeah. That's what's weird is that there's been no like usually with something like that there would be some kind of description.
Like someone would have true definitive facts and not like a skewed vision to, you know, cast possibly two people to die earlier, or one other person to be like, oh no, fuck my husband. To actually like get a real description of like, hey, he looked like this.
Yeah.
Nowadays you're kind of fucked anyways because you'd have to sit there and search for years through pictures to try to find someone.
Then again though too, I mean, you turn off all the lights in your house, there's still some kind of light beaming, right? From something, a television or fucking, you know, hell, that fan, big bright blue light when it's on. It's on constantly. So there's all like, you know what I mean? Back then though too, you know what I mean? You turn off the lights or blow out the can. I'm pretty sure they had electricity by then.
New Orleans especially, I think, did.
So, but you know what I mean? You turn off the lights, your house is actually going to be pretty damn dark with the windows closed. Or with, you know what I mean, with the shades closed. Maybe they had shutters and shit too.
Yeah, because even if you have, majority of the time, like, I assume the same thing, like shutters or curtains or some sort of blockage of the window because you don't want people watching you at night.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, okay, well, if you cut all that out, there's not much ambient light from outside in small quarters as they had them.
Yeah, and there's not as much, like, you know, yeah. So, you know, you wake up in the middle of the night, you're all, like you said, too. If you wake up after you've been struck with an axe, your first thing isn't like, who's doing this? It's just like, stop.
Yeah, I gotta stop this from happening. Not
Yeah, like there's if you can even just like, or your first thought is actually just like, ow,
I'm
ow,
dead.
like
Am I not dead? Can I die? This is dumb.
and
What?
you get up and just like you finally start to get in the fight part of the fight or flight, and you're just like, get back here, you motherfucker, and he's running away already.
Dude, there's no
You
way
try to
that
stand up, and guess what? You just got hit in the head with an axe. You ain't walking. You falling right back down. Fucking. That's when your legs remind you that you've just gotten the shit kicked, like knocked out of you.
yeah, because all these people that survived were found. That's where they got lucky.
Yeah.
I don't think any of them ran to a hospital.
Nah.
It was a oh fuck, a thud from a neighbor, or
Yeah.
in the case of the fucking dickhead alcoholic brother, he found him in the morning. So that's always like chilling too, when you hear that it was knocked out middle of the night and they're found in the morning. They never verify like how much blood they lost during that entire time.
Nah.
That's hours of open wound.
Yeah.
How the fuck are these people surviving that? Maybe it's a little guy,
Eh?
like 14-year-old crazy kid.
The one thing that also the chiseling of the doors though too does make me lean again towards mob a little tiny bit sometimes though too with that, because
That's someone's
when I
skilled.
picture like something like that, I'm picturing Homeboy from No Country for Old Men. You know what I mean? Shoots the lock off the door. Fucking already had studied the fucking room and shit. They're grocers, so he goes in while they're open. Sees where the fuck how to get into the fucking house. It doesn't really matter. He's gonna chisel his way through anyway.
That's something I want to see a science show do.
Yeah.
Chisel through that style of door. Maybe if it is glass, it's gonna be easier. You could just knock it out. That's the only way I could see it working. Simple, quick, and semi-quietly.
Yeah.
Because if it's a solid wood door, unless they said fuck it, dude, and it was just screen doors, and they just trusted that somehow.
But then you wouldn't even have to chisel though. That would just
cut it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 19. I don't know how.
I don't even know if
advanced.
they had. Did they have those kind of screen doors?
I don't think so, but like thinking about it, I'm like, no, it seems pretty. I might be giving them too much credit.
But yeah, it's yeah, that's one of those things that like makes you kind of glad you. Well, I was gonna say glad you like living. Well, no, because it's not like they were living all rural and shit. They were still in cities. They were still neighbors, somewhat in a way.
Now,
So that's
going through the little rabbit hole of looking into this, I've looked a little too far, I honestly believe. There was 2 more suspects later on down the line that did get caught, but they got caught because of that situation where it was rural areas, where it was dudes massacred the whole family. Both guys that actually got convicted. So it's kind of hard to believe either one of them did the Axeman situation, unless they're somehow mafia connected. Then it's like, oh, okay, tag team Axemans.
yeah.
But I don't think that was the case in that situation. But it does make sense to that though, because if you're out and about, someone's instantly gonna notice you. So
Yeah.
someone's gonna be able to kind of pinpoint who you are. At least out in an area where there's not much ambient light, if you got the moon, you got actually a pretty decent little nightlight.
Yeah.
That's an underrated situation. But if it's fucking, you're trying to block the moon out too, you're kind of fucked.
Yeah. That is scary to those things. Just like wake up, boom, maybe get hit again with the axe, and like, what the fuck?
I trip out hard enough just waking up realizing that the TV's off. And I'm like, what the hell happened?
Why is it so dark in
here? Yeah, I left the TV on. Oh, power saver. Fuck you, dude. I didn't want it on right now. I can't see anything.
Yeah. Well, I get mad with that. That's where the live channels on the streamers comes in, because fucking I'll you know what I mean, put it on there. It doesn't ask if I'm still watching, and then you know what I mean, shut down fucking Netflix. It just keeps on going. Well, Netflix, I don't know. I haven't actually watched their live channel stuff, so I don't know if they actually if they do that, if they're doing that,
I don't know either.
but
I can't
yeah,
think of
it's strictly, like I said, I've said before, it's strictly to sleep too. Just like I turn the TV down quite a bit too, but the light part doesn't bother me so much, and because you dim the backlight quite a bit. Yeah, you had a Bravia.
And you can also wake up to an axe in the face and
Yeah,
possibly correctly identify your attacker
yeah.
if your power saver is off. So I'm just saying, if you want to save your life,
Keep the TV on.
Yep.
Use up some power.
I've always felt like that was a weird little nightlight, but bigger.
Yeah.
Where it's like, now if some shit goes down, no matter
Let's
what,
be
I
real.
get somewhat of a light source.
There are a lot of people that are afraid of the dark out there, and even those who aren't still like don't always like full on darkness. Like
You know why you don't
I
like darkness? Because the Axeman attacked people in the fucking
Yeah.
dark.
yeah, and that's why I always you have it. Well, that's not why I have the TV on, but I just I don't know. It's a comfort thing. I don't know. I can't always
I do the
explain
same
it
thing.
because I'll leave the TV on and then put a pillow over my eyes.
I usually do that if my eyes are burning.
Yeah,
TV's still on just so I can hear something as I'm like, my eyes are hot.
yeah.
They're really hot. Why?
But yeah, well, we kind of already touched on it. There's not much full on folklore with that. It's just
No, they've turned
it,
into things in media sources. But
apparently the American Horror Story did a thing on it.
oh yeah, he actually was excellent. I forget his name. Fuck, what's the actor's name? Tall dude, slick back, gray hair. Was in Yellowstone.
Yellowstone.
Yeah.
I have not watched Yellowstone.
The second I pull this up, you'll be like, oh yeah, that guy.
For some reason,
you'll
I'm
actually
picturing
know him.
Timothy Oliphant, but you would have said that.
Yeah, yeah.
I think.
Okay, where are we? Danny Houston.
Sounds familiar, but I'm not picturing it.
This motherfucker. That guy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. He did a great rendition of him. Because I
Yeah.
did watch that.
He is kind of a
that
large
concert.
guy, like stature wise.
And he wore goddamn fucking zoot suit style. And it made sense. It was like
He looked like a
jazz
mobster.
hands. Yes. I
Wow.
think that might have been the twist on it.
Was that he was the mobster?
I believe so. I can't remember the full twist on it anymore. I just mainly picture him walking up and down with the axe.
Huh. I like my story better.
It was.
My revenge story.
No, it is. It's a Netflix movie and a half.
Yeah, you can make sequels on that one. He just keeps on asking people questions. Anyway.
Because, I mean, at any point in time during that, like, I guess, what would be, I don't know, like a maybe 20, 25-year situation in any of those areas remotely close. If someone got killed with an axe,
Yeah.
like, past the, the deadline of him at 1919, like, dude, when did America go into World War One? Maybe he got fucking offed. That's why.
Well, I know it was happening in 1917 because
Yeah.
that movie,
I think we were late to the party.
1917.
Yeah.
Actually, I was gonna say the Lost Battalion, but 1917 fits better. Lost Battalion sucked, kind of. Actually, you know what I should have said? was what was it called? Bagger Vance. He came back from World War One, the Great War.
Yeah, so maybe homie died in the Great War.
I don't know though. When was Boardwalk Empire set? During Prohibition.
1919, I think, is when they started. It went right, but it was
Yeah, right.
started on the
They
day
said,
of
yeah,
Prohibition, right?
yeah.
So 1920.
Yeah, that might have been how it played out. But well, that means I think the war was over then.
Yeah, the war would have already been over because they were celebrating the war being over with alcohol.
Maybe this guy came back from the war and was like, just
Foxhole crazy and just started bombing with axes.
yeah.
See, the theories are endless when it's a situation of an unsolved murder.
Well, and one with so little evidence and so little actual, like, you know what I mean, circumstantial evidence, even. Like, you know, there's not anybody that's just like, yeah, we had a huge beef with that guy. Then the X-Men took care of it for us, you know.
How many years in of investigation did they start asking simple questions though? Like, what was his hair color?
Yeah.
Like all these descriptions are, very vague, which understandable.
Can you
Yeah,
tell me what he looked like?
like
They don't. You got to give them ideas sometimes.
Yeah,
Okay,
like-
did he have it? Did he have any clothes on?
What
Let's
type
start
of
with that. Did he have clothes on, or did you see a penis?
Okay,
I don't remember if I saw a penis. Like, bruh, like
it's a
my
penis.
face is fucked up right now.
So no penis. Okay, hair color.
It's dark.
Shit.
Wait, his hair was dark? No, it was like the room was dark. It was nighttime. I was sleeping.
Okay.
He
Okay.
hit me when my eyes were closed.
When you opened them,
What did you see?
was there a penis?
An axe landing on my face. That's what I saw. I heard footsteps of the guy skitter scattering running. I wanted to get up and go after him, but I was unconscious.
That's another thing. I've never been in an older house that has not creaked.
Well, they weren't older back then.
I don't care if it was fresh. Fuck that. They weren't perfect every time they built a house. I'm sure there was.
But not everybody was listening for that kind of thing. I mean, you would think after the first two, it's like, bro, I'm not sleeping at night. I'm sitting here in a rocking chair right in front of my front door.
No wonder they only
And if I
slept
see,
like
if I
4
hear
hours.
even anything like a chiseling or fucking, if I hear anything at that front door or any of these windows, somebody's getting shot. Somebody's getting blasted.
I'm gonna force a man child, like a boy, to be born just so I can be like, hey, you get me for 3 hours. Just watch the house. Here's a gun. I'm going to sleep. When I wake up, we'll just alternate turns until the sun's up. X-Man don't cometh during the day.
Yeah, exactly. Become completely nocturnal. Sorry, job. I need to sleep. Why? Because the Axeman's out there. I'm going to bed at fucking noon. I got a long night ahead of me. Security, top flight of the world. No, but well, yeah, I don't know. That like,
Was there no such thing as police?
yeah, obviously they were arrested and such.
But
they just
They
didn't-
used to have fuckers walking around with rape whistles. We
Well-
weren't like England in that notion.
Well, did New Orleans have people walking around with rape whistles?
I would
and
imagine
guns?
I imagine they had looking like a Bobby, but
But
American.
then even then though, they don't usually walk around like that in the middle of the night.
That's the times you need them to.
Yeah, I know.
Like middle of the day, you could tell Johnson over there fucking shot O'Leary, and then later on at night, that's when all the Italians are getting attacked.
Yeah, no one wants to work the dead hour. Yeah, it's. But yeah, well, we are definitely over an hour. Fucking. See, that's how you know we actually were enjoying the content this time around. And we actually, I'm surprised actually, because last week I think we only got like a half hour or so on the actual topic. And although it is still rabbit holey and runs, it's still, we stayed pretty on topic for the most part. Everything was relevant, most of the breakoffs. So yeah, next week, who knows? Because when I was editing, I realized that we mentioned something about leprechauns, and that being a possibility. There's the movie too, Sinners. We're gonna do that one. Remember, black people, river dance. Yeah, Rocky Road to Dublin. So yeah, we'll see you next week with whatever we pull out of the J&T bag.